Hello everybody and welcome to a Train Sim World 3 video. Today we shall be driving a Class 395 electric multiple unit from Stratford International to Ashford International. So let's turn off the pause menu, and there we go. And then what we need to do is we need to actually get out of our seat first of all and go and turn on our safety systems. So DSD is on and AWS is on, and then if we go over here and turn our TVM to normal, there we are. Close the cab door there and sit back in the seat, and then we can press Control and W to insert our master key. That's to put the train into gear and acknowledge all the safety systems with Q about 3 times. There we go. Then we can finally unlock the doors, and that is O. Or is it U? It's U. There we go. Doors on the right hand side have unlocked. And then we can set up our train's headlights to daytime running. And the destination screen of the train has already been set for us. The camera just having a bit of a fit here, as it has its own hit detection, so it gets chucked about quite a bit. Departing St Pancras, we are subject to a 40 kph speed restriction. Can now accelerate a little bit, just I think it's up to 55 kph. And it's just jumped up to 80 kph, so I can switch off the HUD now. As we will now be following speed commands from the TVM 430 in cab signalling. Already I'm speeding a little bit, but now we can do up to 200 kilometers per hour. And we're running in tunnel all the way to our first calling point. We're now flashing 225, which means a change in our speed. The TVM is still flashing, which means a further reduction. I'm going to shut off around 130. Just going to start slowing down again. We've now got a steady 100 kph. We're now approaching Stratford International Station. Okay, so our next station stop is at Ebbsfleet now. And we're now authorised to do 225 kilometres per hour. Which will be the maximum achievable speed for the journey. And it's also the maximum operational speed for the Class 395. I believe Eurostar trains can go a little bit faster on HS1. They can do, I think, up to 186 miles an hour. I wouldn't mind having a Eurostar route in Train Sim World 3. But it is all dependent on whether Dovetail can actually get a licence from Eurostar to have their brand in the game. And if we were to have a Eurostar route in TSW3, it'd have to be I think it would have to be like a completely separate route from the Southeastern high speed route. And St Pancras to Paris Gare du Nord would be nice to have. There's also the other option of heading off to Brussels. We're now passing through Dagenham. We're now flashing 225, so I need to start slowing down again. We are we are getting closer to Ebbsfleet now. Gonna keep the speed around 100 kph. I'm going to start slowing down to stop. I always used to find it quite difficult to brake on the 395 in Train Sim Classic. So I found the brakes to be a bit on the weak side, but I think the brakes are a little bit stronger in the TSW3 variant. And here we are at Ebbsfleet. If we close the doors 10 seconds before our departure time, we can get away on time. On some UK train operators, they have a policy of closing doors 30 seconds prior to departure. Okay, so we've got roughly 32 miles to go to our final calling point at Stratford. sorry, not Stratford, Ashford. And we've got a 100 kph speed restriction coming out of Ebbsfleet. That will jump up to 2250 before the next marker. It's 130, and in the moment it should jump up to 225, which it's just done. So we shall keep accelerating. It's going to be a bit of a challenge trying to keep the train up at 225 on this particular section because it is quite hilly. And you probably might have noticed when we were climbing out of the second tunnel after Stratford, the train was struggling to get up to speed even running on full power. And we are still on full power, but the train is struggling again. Climbing up a 2.4% gradient. If we were traversing that sort of gradient on third rail, it would be a lot slower for the 395 because when they operate on third rail, the rate of acceleration is severely reduced and their maximum operational speed is cut down to 100 miles an hour, which really in the grand scheme of things doesn't really mean much because the third rail routes that they operate on only ever achieve maximum speed of 90. Now crossing the River Medway. in addition to the railway line that operates between Shrewd and Tunbridge, the Medway Valley line. Which is available in Train Sim Classic. I like the lighting inside the tunnels. I also like how the, I think I said it in the last video, but I do like how the light changes as well when you pop in and out of tunnels. The Castle Würzburg route is quite good for that, because that route has about 50 tunnels, I think, something crazy like that. Since I recorded the first video, I have been going out of my way to learn the Castle Würzburg route, just to try something different. Ultimately, I would like to try and run it with PZB, though I do need a few runs before I'm confident with it. But having said that, there's not actually I don't think there's much to do with PZB on that route, because if you have the I think it's AFB on the switched on the intercity express trains, they effectively drive themselves. Whilst the steam sale was on, I was sort of considering getting the Marseille-Avignon route, which is another high-speed line, which uses the TVM 430. But I've sort of kept myself off that just in case, in the event Dovetail Games decide to release an extended version of that route. And I think it would be nice to see that route extended to towards Paris, just to give a extra run, just to really stretch the legs of the TGV train set. I've sort of garnered an interest for high-speed lines in recent years. I certainly do like the appeal of travelling above 125 miles an hour on a railway line. Though certainly not at the premium fares. That's the only thing that's keeping me off from doing a run on a 395. Really, it's just for the higher than normal fares. Well, I suppose if you want to get to your destinations quicker, that's the price you have to pay. Got about 8 miles to go to Ashford now. On the last video I did have dynamic weather turned on, though on this one I've decided to set it just to clear. And I think in this sort of weather it looks really nice. Okay, so we're flashing 225 now, so we're now going to get ready to slow down now as we get closer to Ashford. And we've got a steady 160. So I'll just shut the power off. Just noticed I got an achievement there. Woohoo! Not really fussed about achievements. It's just bragging rights at the end of the day. I'm flashing 160. If the TVM isn't satisfied that we're braking hard enough, it does apply the emergency brakes automatically. So hence why I'm keeping the speed quite a bit lower. And even in TS Classic, I've never been able to recover from a TVM brake intervention. Steady 130. But we're just about a mile away from Ashford now, so we'll be slowing down now. Just going to start slowing the train now for our station stop. And here we are at Ashford. Where no international trains call at currently, as Eurostar withdrew their services a couple of years ago, citing the demonetisable Z word. Let's get a screenshot here before the service ends. And there we go, that's the end of our run. So pretty good run there, really enjoyed that. And I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. I think for the next Trains in World 3 video, it might possibly be another 395 run, possibly from Faversham to St Pancras. Or I could do a local run on a Electrostar or a Networker. I haven't really decided yet, but we'll see what happens. But apart from that, thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you've all enjoyed it, and take care.